tell you I could bottle that. Lovely. Cuckoo.
Oh, yeah! Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there.
So friends, as we round the corner here, you will see a beautiful, beautiful tree that I tried to talk these folks out of cutting down. I actually, well, they know I'm not charging. I already told her I would thin it out for them. It's a tree that we've worked on the property before, and I've talked them out of cutting it down for years. And this past winter, they got sick. Look at the shape of this tree. Look at that thing. Let's just stop and glorify it just for a moment. It really is a sad day for this tree, but we did a huge job here, friends, years ago. Oh, your takeoff. It's not a massive tree, but there's not much nicer in symmetry than that. So we did a big job here. Remember it, friends? I was rigging stuff out of the sky. My boy was with me. So here it is. And he's just sick of the mess. He says he's sick of the mess and all that stuff. So I can't, he's gonna call another fella. Is what he's gonna do. He's gonna call another fella. So I'm just like, you know what? I'll cut it down, but I really don't want to. So, but if I really didn't want to, I wouldn't. Someone's got to do it. And this is part of the industry that, and you know what? I'm just going to put a time lapse on this. It looks like I got some hydro lines on the other side, but I think we're far enough away. Hang on. I'm not going to ramble on here for very long because I just did drive in there, and I know you just want to see the action. Well, my channel's my channel, and I do what I want to do on my channel, and I love you. Plain and simple. How about that? Listen, I've been known as, well, I'm known as the hippie logger because I had a tree service, but I was a production faller, and I've cut way more and killed way more trees than I've ever saved. And I'll say that straight to you. But there has been times in my career thus far where it's hurt. It has hurt a little bit, but I'm smart enough to know. And in the spirit of giving, what this channel is all about, we didn't charge these folks, and we haven't for 5 years. So someone's going to cut the tree down. I know this man. I was going to spiral it for them, friends. They were afraid it was blown. The last cyclone thing we had there, that it broke off limbs and smashed into the house, and they just put in the roof. So they're done. He's done with it. And whether I cut it or someone else is cutting it, it's going down. I talked to his wife about 3 weeks ago and said, let me thin it out for you. I'll do a spiral thin for it, let the wind through. And then about 2 weeks later, Louis called me and said, no thanks, I want it down, I'm done. So these are times in my career or in my trade where, I mean, did you see that thing? You couldn't, but the surprising thing about this tree, friends, it is 50 years old. 50 and no more. And it's 30 inches across the stump. It's 30 inches across the stump. It's a monster, and it's 50 years old. So when they developed that area, the tree just went, ooh, hello, sun, water, drain soils, it's on shale. It just took right off, and it's beautiful. And I've talked to them for years. Leave it, leave it, leave it. About 10, 15 years we've been talking about that tree. They're done, so we're cutting it down for them. Anyways, sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it hurts. But I quite enjoyed it at the same time. So I'm a little bit of a... Tried to talk him out of it. Yeah, I totally tried to talk him out of it, honey, for years. But I like cutting trees. It's a beautiful home. Hogan and I did a great big job here. It was right here. There was 2 fir trees. There's the stumps. Oh, looks like I doctored up the stump there. But it was big. It was really big, actually. You see all the greens?
They're just kind of tired of it now. These did spectacularly. These did. You see? These trees, just after these firs went, these cedars just darkened up and are doing wonderful. I mean, we need trees, friends. So he asked me years ago to cut this one down, and it was the neighbor's tree. And I actually, I talked to him and I said, well, it's you know, it's not your tree. It's the neighbor's. Well, we're getting sap on our boat. He had a boat here, and I said, well, they don't want to cut it down. The neighbors don't want to cut it down. So we came in, and you can see what we did to it. We stripped this side off because all the limbs, but you can only go so far before you make it look foolish and ruin its shape. But this is what he's tired of. You see, and the sap and all this. I mean, you know, it is what it is, but it's the neighbors. So we stripped it up and got it back off the fence line, and that was that. And we did a nice job, and we actually thinned it as well, I believe. I think we actually thinned it. So this one's leaving today, and it's going to be a heck of a mess. But look at the symmetry of it. So to me, it's a little sad, but someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it. So I'm going to put the 200T to work, the Ripsaw 200T, or pardon me, 201T. I could use the little Echo, but I'm not going to. I'm going to use, because this thing's big and strong. Oh, we had a piece of firewood fall down on there. I knew that was coming. So we're going to use that. We're going to jump in the tree, and we're going to do a removal, and we're going to drop all the brush. He said, just please get it down. I'll do all the cleanup. So that's what Louis likes to do. He likes to clean up all his stuff that he can't do. So it's a nice climb. I'm going to put a, what do you call it there? A time lapse on it for you guys. And I'll take you up in the GoPro, and we'll just do some saw work. There's no targets really, friends. So there's no nifty tree work to show you or anything. You know, it's a chunk up.
Okay. I'm just going to say this. Friends, I like to tell stories. My videos are long. Yes, we know that. We know it. If you don't have time and you just want to see the tree get cut down, this is not the video for you. I like to explain, like, there's a history to this, and I'm trying to explain what these people are going through, and not just like I see a lot of tree stuff and have for many years, friends. But I'm going to do this video in stages. I'm going to tell a story here. As I said, it's my channel, and I know there's folks with a little bit of time on their hands out there that can have the patience, the mind to not just get all, what's that thing called, attention span, and just enjoy the process and enjoy the journey here. So I'm going to strap on the gear. I'm going up. I'll start the climb, but I'm not going to finish this because I've got some stuff to share with folks in this climb. And there's a lot of material here, friends. It's mainly GoPro stuff, so there'll be some voiceovers and stuff, but it's just too long. I climb the tree, I chunk it out. I've got some stuff I want to share with climbers. It's not something I can whip through. I don't like videos like that. Whippity snap, zip zap, oh, gone, look at me cut the tree. Far out, yeah. I'm past that. So I'm glad you're here. Truly I am. But this isn't going to be up and down, slam, driving away, and the job's over. Thanks. So we're already 10 minutes because of my flappings.
And a buck firewood show. So there'll be some nice, naughty firewood to split up later. But it
over here,
to give you an idea of girth. Yeah, see, we're okay off the hydro lines here. It's really just a central. It's just a big dirty tree. There's lots of limbs on it. I'll probably have to lower my saw out to get Louis to put some gas in it for me. Is probably what I'll have to do. Fill me up. So voice activated today, friends. Pretty cool. Here's our tree. It's a good sized tree. let's start climbing. Straight up and down, no targets. Pretty straightforward. Let's see, so that puts us right there. Good. We'll put our rope on. I usually put my rope back here somewhere. There's a ring there. I may not need it, but I may. And I would rather have it. You guys know what I'm talking about? I think you do. So that's where it goes, right there. And this thing, this is my ported 201 from Ripsaw. I like this. I like this power saw. I brought it up today. I usually run my whatchamacallit, my Echo, friends, but this one has got more power. It's just got more power. We got a pretty good sized tree today. Ah, feels like home, Louie. These are big limbs, boy. And what can happen if you cut these limbs off and they hit the ground? I know it's a waste of fuel, but I got a groundman, so like you cut them off here and then cut the stub off, friends. If you cut right here, they can hit the ground and wipe you right out. So we're gonna be precautionist today.
I need you to understand something right now, real quick. I made a decision when I was 27 years old to make a living on a power saw. I was going to be a power saw power saw man at all costs. I made that decision at 27 after I put away alcohol and drugs. Okay? At 27. I'm now 56 coming up. This is not work to me now. It's not. I'm just telling you, this is not work. I'm feeling strong, happy, joyous, and free right now in this tree. I just need you to know that as I go along. Friends, these are classified as large limbs. They're probably, well, they are. They're 4 to 5 inch in diameter. Look at my hand. They're actually very big, and they stay big for quite some time. This saw is mad with the new exhaust on it there. I love it. Thanks again, Ripsaw. So friends, you'll notice if I was climbing alone and Louie wasn't there, I would have either packed fuel up or, you know, like you won't get through this tree, but it'll be close depending on how you do it. And that's why I try to cut right at the trunk instead of cutting a piece off and then cutting a stub off. That is smart cutting and safe cutting, but it does consume a lot of fuel. So I try to take everything at the trunk that I can. Those lower ones, as I explained before, you don't want to do that down there. I've actually been taken out and injured badly by doing that with a great big Deodora one day. It was the first day that I ever fell with Bear Claw, my mentor, and I did it the day before, and I was so mad at myself. And but I iced her up and wrapped her up, and I was not going to miss the opportunity to fall with the claw, and I did it. It was so that stuff can happen fast, friends.
See what I mean about saving gas? See, they'll pop off. See, I don't have to, you know what I mean? Look, friends, I don't have to start throwing my strap around. I can just do this. If it's too short, I'll suck this up. This is kind of a new strap too. Boom. This is a 2-in-1, old school, let her fly. Come up here, get as much as you can on these big trees, what's right out in front of you here. You know what I mean? Before you have to flip your line. Get what you can, right? See if we can, see how much of this tree we can get. Careful when this falls, you see? Give it a push. You see, so we got quite a bit here. I could reach up and get that, but I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna go around here and get it when I spin my way around the tree, like this. Hey?
Friends, you'll notice I'm not cutting into the collars because the limbs pop way easier if you just cut outside the collar. If you cut inside the collar, they're going to be peeling and hanging to the tree. You can use that for different things, but I'm saving fuel, remember. So cutting through them collars is a lot harder, takes more fuel and this and that. So that's the reason I'm cutting just outside the collar.
Let's see if you can knock that one down, Louis. Just be careful. There you go. Good. Right, friends? You guys getting me here? She's starting to thin out a bit now. All right, let's see if we can raise this up a bit. It's not a panic. We're in a pretty good spot here. It's gonna be a mess, boy. See how those fall straight down? That one kind of jumped. So if I wanted to, I'm going to talk to you about this. If I wanted to, I've got another grove right here on this side of the tree. I could get going over there, or friends, I can just whip this up here like this, 2-in-1. I could have gone over, but I don't need to go over when I'm just going after what's in front of me here. See, now I just go up and I grab this grove. See, and then I go back down. This is just old school climbing 101 on big diameter stuff. Just stuff to kind of, you know, maximize your program.
What's that old saying, friends? There's 100 ways to skin the cat. And here, there could be nothing truer. You could climb to the very top of this tree. You could tie in, you know how you're hanging off your saddle now, and you could do all that. And there'd be nothing wrong with that. Or you could even just climb up 20 feet or throw your rope up in, tie in, now you're tied in, and fly around on your rope and swing around on your rope. And you could do that. You could do that. Or you could just cut the limbs off the tree and cut the tree down. Spend your time cutting the foliage off the tree. And that's what I do. And that's what I've always done. For me to tie in, I'm going to have to be doing some pretty extensive rigging or having to get out far. I spend time on my hooks, friends. That's what I do. So there is an easier way to do this for you. I've never claimed to be smart, but I really enjoy climbing trees. So this is how I do it. It's a 2-in-1 strap, and I'm only really tied in on one. Watch what happens here, see? Watch this. See that? I gotta admit, this saw is nuts. Right nuts. I always just worked around from the right, you see? I just keep going. Troy Avender taught me that years ago. My old buddy Troy is the guy that sent me up my first tree. There's different things you can do with limbs, but we don't really need to here.
It's pretty straightforward. Now, I don't have to flip my line, friends. It's harder to flip your line. I can go like this, or I can go like this and start trying to flip my line, or I can just go like this. Boom. You guys get me? So, and then pull this. Boom. Slack.
I'm gonna say this, if you're a young athletic man and you want to be your own man, this is a great trade to get into.
See that? You see what it's doing, friends? Look at this sucker. I'm gonna save gas. Now because I'm here, I'm actually gonna go up there. And now I can't slip down the tree, and also it takes up slack. See? Just like that. I am a big advocate on the 2-in-1, especially when they're new. They work really good, friends. How you doing, guys? Good? This dog is a beast, friends. I'm talking a beast. Even though you don't need it, friends. Now, you know, I get in trouble for not being double tied in all the time, friends. So this kind of beats that. And you pull this and you pull this. See this old 2-in-1 style here? Boom. Let the bottom one go. Start moving. Now you're actually above your limbs too. It's not for everybody, this system, but I'll tell you, it goes back.
So I'm stopping the video here. And I'll tell you why. Because it's a half an hour long. I'm not telling you to not be double tied in. That's not what I'm telling you at all, actually. I would probably tell you to be double tied in, but then I would be a hypocrite because I don't double tie in. So you do whatever you want to do. This is what I do. And I've been doing it forever. And when I came to YouTube and people would say to me, why aren't you double tied in or tied in? And I literally thought they were asking me why I wasn't like tied into something above me or whatever. And there was no other trees around and they were asking me, why aren't you double tied in? And I'm like, tied into what? I didn't know what they meant. Truthfully, friends, I'm telling you square, I did not know what they meant. And they were talking about having 2 straps around the tree. Like I said, awesome idea, and I recommend you do it. But I can't tell you to do it because I don't do it. And then my name would be Mud. So we got lots to talk about in this tree. That's the end of this video. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on the next one. But I will tell you this, if you're a young athletic man and you're looking for a way to make your own way in the world, the tree service has helped and saved many of young men, me included, and half the boys in Cedar where I grew up here, including my boy. So axes and power saws and the outdoors, you can make your own way and you can live free and be your own man, set your own schedule. But if you think it's going to be easy, you're deluded, extremely deluded. I love you. Thank you for being here. Work hard, be honest, and be kind. See you on the next one.